Woo! And that's the way we're kicking off Send It Sunday this week. Yes, I know it's Wings and this is a windsurfing channel, but you need to see this. This was actually two freestyle windsurfers messing around on wings, obviously, as a lot of people are these days, but getting into a nasty accident. Now, luckily, no one was seriously injured in this crash, which is crazy that, you know, you look at it, oh, there was a couple of, well, I say no one's injured, fractured ribs, no broken ribs. Apparently, Anton, who was the guy who got landed on, was back on the water in 3 days. So pretty good, but it could have been worse. And I thought we need to see this on the windsurfing channel because wings are out there, foils are out there, and you need to look out. You need to understand they're silent. They come from behind. They can creep up on you. More of that in a minute. But the guys who were in the video sent it to me and they said, Ben, you need to show this, bring awareness. So there's a few things we need to learn. One, wear a helmet. That definitely goes. If you're on a foil, whether it's a windsurf or a wing, wear a helmet, an impact vest, some sort of protection. Two, when you're messing around like this, when you're jumping, when you're coming in for a turn, look and look again. And then look again, because moving on to number 3, you need a window in your wing. You need to see where you're going. So, you know, looking around, always double checking, because as you can see with this crash, yeah, when you look at it like that, you think, well, he must have seen that coming. But the problem is it's a delayed reaction. Maybe your eyesight's looking there and these things can happen. So anyway, like I said, no one's seriously injured here, but it could have been much worse. So if you're on your windsurfer, if you're on your wing, keep a lookout. Talking of windsurfers and wings, check out this. And this is all about the blind spot. So Ricardo sent me this from Norway, up there. Look at the mountains in the background. Looks lovely. Cruising around, having a bit of a play with the wing. And then he gets into the blind spot and woohoo, there you go. That is how the two can come together. Now, obviously, if you're careful, if you keep your distances, this isn't going to happen. But the reality is we're going to have a few instances. You've been on a windsurfer. You've had that upwind, downwind. We've had it in the supermarket as well with the trolleys. It happens in every walk. Imagine that on a foil. So just try and think ahead. If you see someone coming towards you, your first movement should be upwind. And I personally make a move suddenly and hard well in advance. Then the other guy, if he's a bit slow to react, will see you and know where you intend to go. If you make a kind of subtle movement, this sometimes doesn't get noticed, and then you can have that moment. You don't want that moment. So go early, go hard, and see it coming. Try and predict what could happen in the future. Now, if you're taking pictures in the water, don't do that. No, do not do that. Luckily, he actually had the camera on a surfboard. So anyway, that's it for wings, but I just wanted to put that at the beginning because I know a lot of you are doing a little bit of experimenting on the wings, and that's fine. That's all good. It is windsurfing at the end of the day, and as long as we're all having good fun and no one's getting injured, it's all good. Right, now let's talk about proper windsurfing, yes. And if you haven't seen this video from Paul Van Bellen, just check out the excerpt from his recent video from up north in Australia.
Boxy boy.
Yeah, this is kind of the ultimate windsurfing video game. Check it out, let me know what you think below.
Oscar.
want to take up kiting? Kite Coon, maybe. But there you go. If you want to see his full videos, like I say, he's been up north in Australia. He's just dropped, I think, day 2, and there's a day 3 coming. Worth it. He's got some GoPro stuff, some POV stuff, and obviously, I'm sure he got the drone out at some point. But really good to see. Follow his channel if you don't already subscribe. We're going to be doing a 360 video, hopefully with Paul, who's trying to learn 360s and goose screws, and Mark Paré. Yes, Mark Paré is going to come on. So I'm not sure when we're going to do it, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, but I'll stay tuned to the channel. And Mark Paré has a new video series coming out from Chile. He's put a lot of effort into this one. There's a bit of money gone into it, and I'm looking forward to it. If you're watching this on Sunday, it's probably dropped on his YouTube channel, so check it out. It should be interesting. Like I said, I saw the raw clips before he made the video, before the guys made the video, and it looked like they scored some really cool conditions and not in the usual spots. So that should be a real interesting one. What else have we got going on? I'll tell you what we've got going on. We have got the Speed World Championships. Yes, the Prince of Speed, Mr. Baldini down below, is putting on the World Championship Speed. I think there's a foil category. There's lots of different categories. I am going to try and bring you some little daily-ish updates from there. I've got my guys on the ground. We've got Vincent Valkners, who is there, who is definitely tipped for maybe top honours. He is the only guy really to have properly challenged Antoine Albo. I think 0.01 of a knot off the full world record over 500 metres in Luderitz. He's just broken the open water record, I think, on GPS a couple of weeks ago, which we featured on the channel. But there's loads of other people down there. I think Heidi Ulrich, I spoke to her. She's not down for the beginning of the week. If it gets windy at the end of the week, she's going to come down. But we've got Pierre Mortefond. Did I see him enter? Amado Vrieswijk, I read, was going down. So there's some little bit of interest. And there's a couple of blasts from the past. I heard Thierry Bilac was there. If you're old school, you remember that name. I think he was the first to break 45 or 40. He broke one of the barriers, I remember, because I remember Thierry Bilac, big fella from down the south of France. So again, we'll be trying to follow that, give you a bit of information of what's going on, how it's working in the speed world, maybe some 10-minute live updates, just a bit of banter, a bit behind the scenes. I think it could be interesting. Let me know if you're interested in that sort of stuff. I also saw John. We had him on the channel. Well, we featured him on the channel a few weeks ago. I saw he was doing some speed training with no other than Pierre Mortefond. Yeah, really cool to see the young light guys getting involved with speed, especially the young ones. Also saw a freestyler. He is getting involved as well. Sam Steve, the upright JP rider. And I think he maxed out around 45 knots the other day down there. And that is impressive stuff. I think he must be about 75 kilos. And I love to see that. You know, Amado's getting involved. You've got like Sam and Steve from a freestyle world. That's what windsurfing used to be, you know, freestyle, speed, slalom, wave, bit of everything. Like that is where my heart is. I like to put it around a bit. You know, it's fun to do all these different disciplines. You need to be the best of the best? No, but all round is definitely where it's at and where maximise the fun. Yeah, definitely. Right, I mentioned Thierry Bilac before, you know, blast from the past. And I also saw this blast from the past online the other day. Yeah, this is Eduardo Bellini doing the tabletop backloop. I remember seeing that as a young kid on Sky Sports or whatever, Water Sports World or whatever it is. I remember thinking, oh my God, that was what kind of ignited my fire all those indoor days. It was probably why I ended up, you know, doing pretty well in the indoor because I was so focused as a young kid. But great to see that sort of clip come in. And it's interesting, we haven't seen any crazy moves like that for a while, have we? I want to see you wave guys pushing the levels, trying to do these cheese roll back loops or just kind of crazy stuff. Stay tuned to the end because one guy has definitely been trying some crazy stuff. But before we go there, we're going to talk about catapults. Yes, we're going to talk about cannonballs. Yeah, because, well, there's different reasons for catapulting. You've all been there. And we're going to go through a few today. So, kicking us off is this one. Yeah, this one is a